You were going back to your hostel after your shift at your workplace. You usually take another route through the mid of the marketplace, but today the road was extra crowded, and since you didn't want to bump into every other random person, you decided to walk through this dark alley. I'm an idiot to take this route first and then get scared. I have to start singing the Doraemon theme song again until I reach home. I totally feel like something wrong is going to happen. Otherwise, why would I have to take the night shift when I'm always asked to take the morning one? And I agreed to it as well. Then later, why would the marketplace be this crowded? You mumbled to yourself, cursing your fate, as you tightened your grip around your handbag and walked briskly to get out of this dark alley. Suddenly, you stopped walking midway when you heard someone shout. You stayed silent without any movement to see if you would listen to that voice again or if you were just hallucinating. You turned your head around to see if there was anybody behind you. But there was just the other side of the alley from where you entered the road and nothing else. You crossed your finger and prayed to God that you'd be safe and no ghosts popped up in front of you. Slowly, you dragged your feet to get out of that place when you heard that sound again. This time you heard it clearly. You flinched when the sound was followed by a loud gunshot. This was it. You were completely scared to the core. You didn't have the guts to run away, as if your legs were frozen to the ground. You took in heavy deep breaths to calm yourself down and prepare yourself to run away. But soon, three guys came out of an alleyway right in front of you. You couldn't move your eyes off of them. Two of them were carrying a man's body, and there was another one leading them who was holding a gun. Their faces were dark in the absence of any street lamps, but you could clearly see their tattoos and equipments. They were clearly a mafia gang. But soon their eyes met yours. Holy snakes! You wished that the ground beneath you cracked open, two hands came out of it and dragged you to hell, because you knew that hell was better than what was going to happen. The three men walked closer to you with the body while you were shaking in fear. Your eyes widened to see them right in front of you. You wanted to run, but your body wouldn't cooperate. And now it was too late to run away. They would either grab you or shoot you. You are dreaming. This is just a dream. Go back to sleep. Whatever you saw here is just a hallucination. One of the men from the trio waved hands in front of you, saying this. You were looking at him and then at the body the other one was holding. One of them sighed. She saw everything. What do we do with her? Let's end her here and dispose the body along with this. Your eyes widened as you heard him. You needed to live so badly. I didn't see a thing. I didn't hear any crying sounds, nor did I see you three coming out with that body. Please spare me. I'm not even married yet. You pleaded, joining both your hands while tears spilling out of your eyes and nose. Damn, I can feel your pain, girl. None of us are married either. Stop this drama and let's take her with us. The third man walked away as your eyes widened more, if your eyes could get any bigger. You stood there hesitating and planning to turn around and run. If only they blinked their eyes together for more than a minute. Are you going to come with us silently, or do you want to be touched? We are all about consent. Just come with us without any fuss. We are all about consent. Where was the consent when you guys locked me in this room? You mimicked the guy's dialogue, irritated. You looked out of the window. There were guards all around. The security was so tight that you couldn't even imagine getting out of that place. After all, you are not a secret agent or a ninja to jump out of a room 3 stories high and escape these well-built, Hulk-looking men. In the living room. Why did you bring that headache? That thing would have caused more troubles if I had let her go. How long are you guys planning to keep her here? She pulled out my hair when I went in there. I just had my hair bleached for a date. He pushed back his bleached blonde hair in frustration. Just till the evidence are all cleaned up. I usually don't leave anything for people to dig up. This thing was unexpected. You could have just killed her. What nonsense! You don't kill innocent people. It's not professional and it's not ethical. What ethics are you talking about? I don't think ethics is in the dictionary for professionals like this. But ethics is in my dictionary. You better look for a better dictionary, Alde. David walked out of the scene saying this. You haven't given me my mango juice. If you're going to keep me captive, treat me well. The people in the living room looked at where the sound came from. Their expression widened seeing you there leaning onto the door frame with an irritated expression. How the hell did you escape? Next time, hire better people in your team, not people who worry about their hair more than their job. Jungle got up from the seat, ready to leave. Yo, Tattoo Man, I demand my rights as a human and as a captive. Give her what she wants. He gestured before walking out of the place. Nobody asks for their rights from Jungkook. Do you know what kind of man he is? I don't know, but I will fight for my rights. Suddenly you heard someone shouting. You looked at others. What is that? Is that the sound of an enemy entering the premise? No, no, they are not this violent. This is just Jungkook getting frustrated. Wow, I've never seen someone this violent. Let me check. Before anyone could say anything, you ran to where Jungkook headed earlier. We should stop her. You go. If this is her last day, I won't be going against the fate. You walked to the room where Jungkook was walking back and forth, breathing heavily. His phone was shattered on the floor, but no other property was damaged. Why did you stop? He darted his eyes to see you standing there with a disappointed look on your face. What do you want? Get out before I take my anger on you. With that bleeding hands. You walked closer to him and took his hands from which blood was dripping down on the carpeted floor. You pulled him to the bed and made him sit next to you while Min Min handed you a first aid kit. You started to treat his wound while he was silently observing you. Was it Mrs. Joan again? Jaguk nodded to his question while everyone went silent. She has asked to sign up a contract with my brother if I can't find someone. You looked at their figures. All of them looked genuinely sad. No matter what happens, we will be with you as your support system. We won't leave this team for money. You're right. Money comes and goes. But this team, you have accepted me like no one else can. I don't want to interfere in this emotional moment, but what is going on? Jungkook's mother is forcing him to get married. And if he can't, she will give the company to his brother. Jungkook worked so hard to lose it. Why doesn't he get married then? Problem solved. With Jungkook's profession, no girl will be genuinely interested in him. But in his money. That is his problem. When being perfect is a curse. That is so sad. All of you agreed. What about Wayne? Why don't you introduce Wayan as your girlfriend? Good one. You just have to drop her name and you can escape Mrs. Joan from setting you up with someone else for some time. Hello, am I invisible to the mafia eyes? Did anyone ask for my permission while planning this in detail? Didn't you give your consent? That was for a different purpose. Which part of individual consent is what you don't understand? I don't think this is a bad idea in the first place, Ryan. Think about this. Jaguk is rich, and he can help you with setting up your business as well. We just need your name and presence. Who knows? Mrs. Joan might like you, and you both can get married. A lottery it is. Marry him. Not a chance. I want a normal life with a handsome and smart guy who has an ethical job. Well, what's wrong with Jungkook? Is he not handsome and smart? He's basically your ideal husband. You're forgetting the third and the most important requirement, an ethical job. And I don't think that being a mafia member is very ethical. Listen, in life we don't get everything. People usually settle, and with Jungkook, you're not settling for less. Come on, Ryan. You know you're being very unreasonable. Being a mafia isn't so bad. What about all the people he has killed? Well, they owed me, okay? Jungkook chimed in, his inputs totally ignored by everyone in the room. Putting the killings aside, he's actually a really great guy. Just give him a chance. You'll love him. Aside from the killings, what kind of delusional Wattpad fantasy world do you people live in? Marry a mafia. We are delusional. You're the one who is refusing to marry this handsome, smart, tall, beautiful specimen of a man for such a silly reason. If you find him beautiful, should I also think the same? And if you find him so perfect, why don't you marry him instead? I think you both would make a better pair anyways. A pair of lunatics. Shut up. Did you hear him, Ryan? Shut up, all of you. Not another word from any of your mouths. The three of you put fingers on your mouth to prevent even a sound from escaping your mouths. Ryan, you will come to me to the party. I will leave you as soon as possible and will help you with any financial needs. That should be okay with you. He walked out of the room, leaving the three of you in the same position. You are looking great, girl. He placed a hand on his chest while looking at you in a black sleeveless top that hugged your body perfectly. You faked a smile while gritting your teeth. I feel like a proud father who is going to hand over her daughter to a good man. This time you're wrong, Dad. What if the guy you're sending me with ends me because the salt in the food is a little too much? Is this what you think about us mafias? We are the nicest person to our loved ones. Each day we fight and live for protecting our loved ones. He wiped off an imaginary tear off of his cheeks. I guess this drama is enough. I'm leaving. Jungkook opened the door to the passenger seat like a gentleman and helped Ryan get into the car. If my mother asks how we met, just tell her that we met in a public library. He came closer to your body while you moved back. Pulling the seatbelt, he secured you in. That would be the worst story. Why would she think that her cold mafia son would go to a library? Don't ask too many questions. You huffed annoyed as he joined in on the other side and the car rolled down to the destination. Bye, baby girl. Have fun with your mafia boyfriend. He waved a handkerchief, petting you both the best of luck. David scanned his colleague top to bottom for a brief second. This is the first time he has listened to us. Hope Mrs. Jones gets convinced, or else he will end us both. David sighed and walked inside, along as the guards went back to their places guarding the mansion. Min Min wiped his tears and walked inside too. Both of you entered the venue. The venue was decorated like a wedding. People wearing expensive clothing and precious metals around their bodies. It was the first time you were attending a party like this. You were nervous. You suddenly felt a warmth around your hands. You looked down only to see Chaguk holding your hands. You both walked towards a middle-aged couple, attracting the attention of the people there. Hello, mother. A woman turned around. Your fake smile dropped when you heard the name. Who is this beautiful lady with you? She is Ryan, my fiance. Mrs. Jones' wine glass fell on the floor dramatically, and she spit the drink on her husband, who was standing next to her. Is this true? You're not lying to me, right? I'm not. We've been engaged for days. I didn't know how to tell you this. Ryan, how did you both meet? You looked at Jungkook and looked back at her with a smile. He actually killed my ex-boyfriend, who stole a kid's lemonade stand. This is how we met and later fell in love. Jungkook's eyes widened listening to your answer. You were supposed to stick to the script, he whispered. Wow, that is so romantic. If you told me that you both met in a library, I would have known that you both are lying. But I believe you. You looked at Jungkook with a smile of victory on your face. She kissed your cheeks. I'm happy that someone could melt the heart of my son. She looked at her husband, who was busy wiping the wine from his tuxedo. Me and your father will plan your wedding soon. I already have pictured everything in mind. She clapped her hand in happiness. Enjoy the night, kids. Me and your father have some big things to plan. So now we're getting married. I'm so sorry for that. If you don't like it, I will talk to my mother. He spoke with a straight face. I don't think that you need to do it. I will settle down and marry you. His eyes darted towards you. Are you sure? I don't have an ethical job. You sighed and looked at him with a smile. Like Min Min said, you can't get everything perfect in life. You are somewhat an ideal husband material, if we ignore your job. I am desperate to get married anyways. Jaguk smiled and hugged you tightly, making your cheeks turn red. Wow, I'm glad that I took that alleyway. Who knew I would have a love story like a Wattpad fanfic?